Welcome back to Velocity Banking Together. I'm Dewan. Today we're talking about how to pay off $20,000 of credit card debt faster using cash flow management and the Velocity Banking principles. Now, this is not financial advice. This is simply an educational example showing how changing the flow of money can potentially accelerate debt payoff. Welcome back to Velocity Banking Together. Today we're talking about how to pay off $20,000 of credit card debt fast using cash flow management and the Velocity Banking concepts. Now, this is not financial advice. This is simply an educational example showing how changing the flow of money can potentially reduce interest and accelerate debt payoff. In this video, we're going to cover the strategy, the math, and why cash flow matters so much. But honestly, most people are taught how to make payments, but not how to organize cash flow strategically. So what is the problem? So let's look at a relatable example. This household makes $6,500 per month, has around $4,500 in monthly expenses, leaving about $2,000 per month in positive cash flow. But they also have $20,000 of credit card debt spread across multiple credit cards. And this is where many families feel stuck. Even with decent income, high interest debt creates constant financial pressure. So why does people feel stuck? Here's what actually happens. The interest keeps compounding every month, payments get spread across multiple balances, and cash flow disappears before momentum can build. So even though people are working hard, the balances barely seem to move. And what does this feel like? And honestly, this is stressful for a lot of families, living paycheck to paycheck, watching balances barely move, feeling overwhelmed every month. And I really want to say this clearly. A lot of people are not bad with money. Many people were simply never taught how cash flow management actually works. And once you begin understanding the flow of money, everything starts to look different. So let's go over some traditional methods. Now, traditionally, people are usually taught one or of two methods. Debt Snowball, where you start with the smallest balance first, or Debt Avalanche, with the highest interest rate first. And both methods could absolutely work for you. But for many people, the process still slow because the overall cash flow pressure remains through the entire process. This is where the velocity banking strategy starts thinking differently. Instead of only focusing on payments, we focus on the cash flow. The goal is to direct income strategically, reduce interest accumulation, maintain momentum, and aggressively lower balances over time because cash flow is what creates financial momentum. So let's go over the strategy. So here is the strategy in this example. Instead of letting income sit in a checking account, income gets directed towards the debt immediately. Then monthly expenses are paid back out through the card as needed. So the balance is constantly being pressured downward over time. This helps reduce the average daily balance, reduce interest accumulation, and accelerate the debt payoff. So now we have credit card one. So here's our first debt, $9,000 at nearly 30% interest. This is the type of debt that can be financially dangerous very quickly. Now imagine running your monthly income directly against this balance first. Every dollar reduces the principal immediately before expenses flow back out. That constant pressure helps compress the interest dramatically. Okay, credit card two. Once the first card is eliminated, that freed up that cash flow, rolls directly into the next balance. And this is where the momentum starts to build. Now the second debt gets attacked with more available cash flow, less financial pressure, and less interest on the household. And last, credit card three. The last debt becomes much easier to eliminate because the system has already freed up so much monthly cash flow. That's one of the biggest ideas behind velocity banking. As balances disappear, cash flow accelerates. So now let's go over our totals and compare. In this example, the debt snowball finished around May 2027. Debt avalanche also around May 2027. But the Velocity Banking example finishes around January 2027, saving you roughly around 4 months. But honestly, the biggest thing that stood out to me was not just the payoff speed, it was the interest savings. In this example, the traditional methods paid around $3,000 in interest, with the Velocity Banking example paid around closer to $663. That means that household saved thousands of dollars instead of going towards interest. And again, this is simply an educational example showing how cash flow organized can impact debt payoff. And so, what is our conclusion? And I really want to end with this. Velocity banking is not magic. You do not have to be a math expert. Most people were never taught cash flow management. Understanding your cash flow changes everything, and discipline and consistency still matters. At the end of the day, this is really about creating a system that helps your money move more intentionally and efficiently. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Follow our journey here on Velocity Banking Together. We'll continue to share our real numbers, our real strategies, our real life cash flow management. I want to say thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.